tonight is Vanessa Peterson, and she's talking to you about how your breath can change your life. As a pediatric nurse, Vanessa has studied the anatomy and physiology of our respiratory system from the Western point of view. However, as a student of Eastern yoga philosophy, she has discovered and experienced a whole different aspect to it. Today, she is going to reveal to us how your breath can change your life. Lovely people, please, Vanessa Peterson.
Have you ever thought about what was the very first thing you did when you were born? Now, most people say they cried, but before that, you took a deep breath in, right? And then your lungs literally popped up, and then you cried. And what is the very last thing you'll do before you die? You'll breathe out and make others cry. And in between those two breaths, the very first inhalation and the very last exhalation is your whole life. Your whole life. And we breathe every day, every minute, every second. But we hardly pay any attention to our breath, right? Now, 7 years ago, I was pretty miserable. I was suffering from social anxiety, or erythrophobia in particular, which is the fear of blushing. Yes, that's an official phobia. And I would get tomato red in my face, and I was so ashamed about it that I didn't want to leave the house or talk to anyone. But luckily, at that time, I saw an advertisement for a yoga class, and it said, it will enhance your self-confidence. I'd never done yoga. I just had this concept in my head that it was too slow and too boring. But I wanted to be more confident, and I wanted to free myself from this fear that was destroying my life in a way. So I went. And to my surprise, we didn't do any stretches or turn our bodies into pretzels, even though I like doing that too. We learned different breathing techniques. Because the yogis, thousands of years ago, they knew all about the power of the breath. And there are a lot of secrets to the breath. It's breathtaking, really. So today, I'd like to share one of those secrets with you that has helped me to overcome my anxiety disorder and therefore changed my life. Do you want to hear it?
Yes.
So there's a direct link between our breath and our emotions. Maybe you've noticed that you breathe differently when you're anxious to when you're relaxed. So if we would analyze the breath of the audience that came here today to just listen to the talks, and we consider them relaxed, we would find out that they breathe slow and deep. And if we analyze the breath of my fellow speakers, and they might be a bit anxious about coming up on stage tonight, we would find out that they breathe fast and shallow. So each emotion creates a distinct breathing pattern. And now the amazing thing is, and that's the actual secret of the secret, it's a two-way relationship. Meaning, if you change the way you breathe, you can change the way you feel. And why is that so amazing? Because it's really, really hard, and I'd say it's almost impossible, to manage our mind on the level of the mind. Now, what do I mean with that? For example, I could say now, okay, Vanessa, calm down. It's just public speaking. It's an irrational fear. Just relax. And even though it does make sense on the level of my intellect, it doesn't change anything about the way I feel. But now, with this knowledge, this wisdom of the yogis, instead of being overwhelmed by our emotions, we can transform them with a simple and yet so powerful tool that we always carry with us, and that's our breath. So I invite you all, next time you feel overwhelmed by your emotions, tap into your breath, change your breathing pattern, and notice how it will change your life. Thank you.
Yeah.